They say succulents are an easy plant to take care of, but I couldn't help but wonder, how easy is too easy?
All I'm saying is that I might be drought resistant, but it doesn't mean I don't want a good hose on a regular basis.
Lately, Trey's been overwatering me.
Well, aren't you trying to propagate?
Well, propagate or not, my roots are swollen.
I'm trying so hard not to propagate that my soil won't even take Steve's fertilizer.
Really putting the avoid in agavoide, Miranda.
I hate it when these mother hens bring their little chicks to brunch.
You're being rather prickly.
I'm as dry as a cactus.
You are a cactus.
Your cosmopolitans?
I bet he's got a huge planter. And now, Femmebot PHD presents the 46th President of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Less willing to
With all due respect, that's a bunch of malarkey.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
That's a bunch of malarkey. That's a bunch of malarkey.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
President Obama, I think, did a heck of a job.
President Obama, I think, did a heck of a job.
President Obama did, I think, a heck of a job.
President Obama, I think, did a heck of a job.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And he ran a bunch of
Bad boys.
Bad boys.
bad boys.
Left. Will you shut up, man? Listen, who?
Will you shut up, man?
Would you shut up, man?
Will you shut up, man?
Will you shut up, man?
Joe Biden. We're working on it.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, yes. First down.
Yes.
All right. Moving the chains. Here we go.
Babe, I am so glad we decided to spring on this ESPN package for the new smart TV. I mean, seemed a little frivolous because global pandemic and all, but I think it was worth it. Self-care and all.
Oh, yeah, so right, babe. Hey, you know what else was a good idea? These self-care beverages.
Yeah!
Cheers,
Woo!
babe.
This is the COVID Kiss Cam. Since the arena is currently only occupied by cardboard cutouts, let's get a kiss from a couple in our home audience.
Am I really going to kiss on command? By the orders of what sounds like a heterosexual man at that. I'm just trying to enjoy a sporting event, an already male-dominated field, in peace.
without the societal pressures of shaking what the good people of Colorado gave me. And for what? To get a pat on the back from the patriarchy? No, thank you. We just elected the first female vice president of these here United States. And I'm sure she didn't get where she got by puckering up and hopping on demand like a good little girl. But he did buy me this TV and the ESPN. Didn't even have to make a case for it. Just said, okay. And I'm glad to be locked down with someone who agrees I'm funnier than he is. And I do love him. All right, the tiniest of smooches won't hurt.
Hey, bartender, mark me again. Hi. I'm in my way. Bartender, do I have anything with you? Right here. Yeah, bud me, please. Hi. I'm Pam. Nice to meet you. You come here often? Sometimes, usually when the game's on. You like games? Oh, well, football mostly. I go Jets. Jacket reminds me of that Elton John song. Oh, Penny! 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 And the Jets! Oh, that's a good one. Timmy, are you married? I used to be. Divorced now 5 years. Me too! Well, 3 years. I'm sorry to hear. I'm not. I've grown so much. Oh, thank you. I became the woman I always wanted to be. Yeah, I traveled. I made new friends. I dated. Yeah, my husband can keep the love and respect of my children because I got my dignity back. So, is your ex-husband's love? Yeah, the only thing that I haven't done yet is get laid. Just kidding. I mean, seriously, I'm like a virgin. That is refreshing to hear. And just let me tell you, I was humiliated to find out that after 20 years of marriage with my wife, finding out that she wasn't a virgin when we met. You know, we never talked about it. Whenever she brought it up, I changed the subject because thinking about her dating other people just made me really, much less having sex. So I assumed she was a virgin. Then all of a sudden, we're on the cruise of our life, and she says the pianist reminds her of the guy she lost her virginity to. Needless to say, not even the beauty of the house could make that trip less awkward. Oh well, it really bummed me out. The idea that the woman I was married to had sex with other people before we met. Well, I mean, of course, I called my lawyer as soon as we got home. You know, my feelings were just so hurt. I tried to file on the grounds of adultery, but apparently that only counts if the adultery was committed during the relationship, not before. Why bother getting worked up? I mean, here I have a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman just chatting me up right now who happens to be a virgin. Well, why? I mean, this is you, a beautiful woman who is a virgin. Me, a handsome single man with experience. Children, hey, would you like to go home with me? Well, Fuck it. Yes! Yes! I am finally ready to lose my virginity! Yes, yes. Okay. I'll pull my car around while you close out. Scratch that bud, I'm getting fucked. Okay. Bartender, close me out, 'cause I'm getting late!
But I do have some really good news. You guys, I got pregnant in the pandy. Yeah. Yeah, I was hooking up with a guy who's married to me. And we didn't know for the longest time if we wanted kids because kids are really expensive. My friends would be like, Kat, you have to have kids or else like, who's going to take care of you when you get old? And I don't know. I always thought my money. I still don't think kids are a great investment. At least I know my cash isn't going to grow up and try to be a stand-up comedian virtually. Nice. Even a kid laughed at that. I love that. He's like, joke's on you, Mom. Yeah, but if you want to know what gets me in the mood to make a baby, it's a bottle of wine, some candlelight, and a deadly pandemic to bring my dreams to a screeching halt. It really helps. I'm ready to just dive into motherhood as long as I'm not missing out on anything, anywhere in the world. So the timing was just right. No, it's an insane time to try to get pregnant right now. My brain was like, don't do it. But my ovaries had a pretty good pitch. They were like, hear us out. Like, what if life was just like this, but with more crying? And they won. Obviously, I really, really want the baby because I need new material. And I think it's amazing that I could just create a lifetime of premises in just 9 months. I'm really happy to be pregnant because just before this, I had a miscarriage. And it was the worst thing I've ever experienced. And I've watched improv shows on Zoom. I think the baby just sensed 2020 and was like, ooh, for these reasons, I'm out. Obviously, it was too early to know, but I'm pretty sure the baby's gender was Mark Cuban. Just a feeling. It makes me feel better to just think that the baby got canceled. Like lots of people are getting canceled, right? But not enough are canceling themselves. And I'd like to see more of that. But we're having a little bit of a tiff right now. And maybe y'all can help. So here's the deal. I can never remember if I locked the door. Like, and I don't even think of it until we're in bed at night. And I'm like, is the door locked? Can you check? And he does. I think I have an issue. Like anytime my hand hits a doorknob, I just like black out. My brain's like, this isn't important information. Anyway, here's every lyric ever from Smash Mouth. So I have that, but I'm like, go check the door. And he usually does. But recently he was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to check. I think we should have to check equally. We're both feminists, right? But I think he should check. And you know why? It's like, why do we have to lock doors in the first place? Men. Yeah. If there were women roaming the streets, breaking and entering, I would double check that door. But the truth is, if a woman broke into my apartment, I could just be like, hey, and she'd be like, sorry. And I'd be like, oh my God, no, I'm sorry. And we would compliment each other's masks. We wear masks in that joke because we're that considerate. So I told him it's okay. Like he doesn't have to check, but if the door's unlocked and I get murdered, we're breaking up. We're done.
And we're live. Welcome back to my vlog with Cindy. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm about to sneak up on the love of my life and surprise him with a big box of chocolates. Yum. I can't wait to see the surprise on his cutie pie face. Happy Valentine's Day, Sparky.
What the hell is this?
The Valentine's gift for the most important man in my life. You. Boop.
For the millionth time, Cindy, chocolate is toxic to me. I would die if I ate that.
What? I've never heard that.
Because you don't listen!
I listen. Besides, it's the thought that counts, right?
Psst. If the thought is to kill me.
Kill you. Are you serious right now? There's literally a pandemic going on right now that affects humans, not chihuahuas. Yeah, so it's very dangerous to go into a store right now to buy chocolates.
I would have preferred literally any scrap of food from your dinner plate tonight.
I had no idea that's what you wanted.
I literally begged you.
Fine. Don't take the chocolates. How about a self-care spa day, starting with a pedicure? You ungrateful little jerk. I love him so much. He's such a cutie pie.
Hey, Cindy, your Valentine is on the hallway carpet.
Really? Sparky, oh my God, you shouldn't have. Oh my God, is it flowers? A turd?
What's the problem? Too toxic for you?
You know what's too toxic? This relationship. This vlog is canceled. But happy Valentine's Day. Like and subscribe. He's gone too far this time. Hello. Is this the lawyer that specializes in divorcing your dog?
Yes, it is, ma'am. And we're gonna sue that bad dog for all his bins.
Good. He won't see it coming.
Yeah, hello, is this the lawyer that specializes in divorcing your human?
Yes, it is. And we're gonna sue her for all her shoes.
Good. She won't see it coming.
Hello, is this the lawyer that specializes in divorcing your spouse?
Yes?
Great. Yeah, my wife. She loves our dog more than she loves me. Like for Valentine's Day, I gave her a box of chocolates and she regifted the chocolates to our dog.
That's weird.
Right? 'Cause dogs are allergic to chocolate.
It's weird because why would she regift a delicious box of chocolates? Unless, does your wife even like chocolate?
Well, of course she does. Doesn't she?
Oh, chocolate. Thanks. I guess I can give it to the ladies at work. I don't really like it. I don't like chocolate. Chocolate again? I don't like it.
I don't listen!
Has the COVID pandemic left you feeling sad and lonely? Do you have no one to quarantine with, and your last Zoom date was skeptical of vaccines? Then it's time to get the COVID Companion. From the mind of prophet and CEO of MyPillow, Mike Lindell, the COVID Companion provides you with basic human interaction for only $29.99, with zero chance of catching a deadly virus that has killed over 400,000 Americans. Unwind with a fun dinner date and talk about your top 100 shows you're watching on Netflix. Grab a sexy cocktail after a long day of a couple hours of online work. Relax while COVID Companion brushes your hair. You can cuddle with your COVID companion anytime you like to boost your mood and raise your self-esteem.
You're so pretty.
So get your COVID companion today. Choose from fun custom colors, gray, white, and bachelor brown. Plus get 1-day shipping on Amazon Prime. COVID companion doesn't actually speak. If you hear any demon voices coming from your COVID companion, please contact a medical professional.
I've been having a stressful couple weeks. I've been looking for a new job. That's kind of been my big thing. And I've been asking all my family members for advice, and some of it has been helpful, except literally all of my older relatives keep giving me like really out of date advice. Like advice that hasn't been relevant in decades. Like I was on the phone with my 89-year-old Irish grandmother, and her one piece of advice to me, she was deadly serious. She said that I should never bring up my Irish heritage in a job interview because it would prevent me from getting work. And it's like, wow, thank you, Nana. I will keep that in mind if I interview to work at a turn-of-the-century shipyard. It's like, wow, thank God no one knows I'm Irish. Otherwise, I might lose my current job building the Panama Canal. I do want to be clear. I'm not one of those people who like hates on their family, though. I actually give my mom and dad a lot of credit. Like my mom is obviously a white woman, but she's always defied stereotype because as long as I've known her, she has never once demanded to speak to a manager. She's always been perfectly happy to just keep screaming at an entry-level employee. And I give my dad a lot of credit because my dad never once cheated on my mom, which he brings up so often, it's pretty clear he wanted to. I will say, people ask me all the time, they'll ask me, what's the worst part of growing up in the Midwest? Is it the opioid crisis? Is it the crumbling infrastructure? And honestly, no. The worst part of growing up in the Midwest is that it permanently convinced me that leopard print is fancy. To this day, if I'm walking down the street and see a woman in head to toe, skin tight leopard print, my first thought is still, wow, a princess. I grew up Catholic. You may know us as the good guys from every exorcism movie, or as the bad guys from world events. I will say, like, I had a girlfriend in high school who was actually Jewish, and I remember finding out that her parents did not approve of her and I dating because we were different religions, which really came as a shock to me, because I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but the stigma against dating outside your religion does not exist in Catholicism even a little bit. In fact, I once asked my Catholic dad if it would be okay if I dated someone who wasn't Catholic, and he put his hands on my shoulders, looked me in the eye, and said, "If you find a way out, you take it." I will say this, I dated that girl for a few months, she was great, but our religious differences only got in the way when it came to one thing, and that's when I would go over to her house and she would make a lot of anti-Semitic jokes with her family, and I had no idea how I was supposed to react. She'd toss these jokes my way, and I just have to try to like awkwardly come off as genuinely oblivious as possible. Like the first time I went over, her mom comes out of the kitchen and goes, "All right, Robert, warning, I made a traditional Jewish recipe. So you know it's old, it's bitter, and there's way too much of it." And I had to be like, "Well, I'm sure it's been through a lot." I also, I have two sisters. I have no brothers. And sometimes people will find that out and they'll be like, "Hey, you grew up with sisters. Does that mean you're good at talking to girls?" No, it means I'm bad at talking to guys. Having no brothers and having kind of a conservative upbringing means that there's a lot of things I just never got used to talking about in a normal, casual way. Like to this day, I cannot talk about sex without sounding like an undercover cop. One of my guy friends will bring up sex and I'm just like, "Yeah, sex, I can't get enough of the stuff. Where do you get yours and from who?" Please speak loudly into my lapel.
takes time off the clock for them. Suleiman. That's the look.
Oh! What is wrong with you? We just put him down. I don't think I can do it again. God damn it, we just missed a bunch. Rewind.
The COVID Kiss Cam is back and ready for some serious smooch action from these two at-home lovebirds.
Shut up! No. Shut up! Oh, shut up, I swear to God. Let's just kiss so they shut up!
Oh, nice. So you only want to kiss me so they shut up. Great. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be full glam every day. It's a little hard to contour with the 19-pound walking shit bomb. Tit crazed little leech literally sucking the life out of you. But like a cute one. Light of her life. I love her to death. Would literally die without her. Would literally kill anyone with my bare hands if they even looked at her wrong. Wait. Shh. Do you hear that? She slept through all that. We made sleep training our bitch.
A tremendous individual play. The step back over a 7-footer.
Like, can we talk about what happened? What was this, yesterday or Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. So
I said yesterday or Sunday. What even is today? Let's forget about time.
So Sunday we're walking Mabel in the afternoon. So we live in Los Angeles, in East Hollywood, basically like the edge of East Hollywood and Los Feliz, if that matters to anyone.
It's a neighborhood on the brink.
Look it up.
You know what I mean?
Look it up on Google Maps if you want to just like follow along with the story.
If you walk 10 minutes, it's cute. But you have to walk 10 minutes.
Right. We're kind of like a gentrifying neighborhood. Then there's a buffer block, and then there are like $1 million homes.
Right.
Where people like call the cops if they see Naomi and I walk in.
Right. They're like, that black woman is taking that man hostage.
They're walking around our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, Los Angeles has a terrible homeless problem. And like every corner is basically like encampment.
Yeah.
And we walk past down this one block, and there's a homeless man there, and first he asked for money. Is that correct?
Well, first, yeah, he's like joking because like Mabel, our dog is very petite, but she is very bossy. She's very rude. She's very judgmental.
You heard her.
So like when we're walking, like she will literally just like zigzag and decide something, right? So she like makes a hard turn, and we do whatever she wants. And then the guy who was like, oh, well, he's like, she's making the decisions. And I was like, yes, she is, sir. And so we were like kind of laughing. And then he was like, do you have like a dollar? And we didn't, because like, I don't know about y'all, honey, but I'm paperless in a pandemic. I'm not carrying nothing. When I leave the house, cell phone, keys, pepper spray. That's it. I was like, we don't have any, like, for real.
Yeah. That's also in Los Angeles, I don't carry anything. New York.
Oh my God,
York,
this guy.
I would have had a wad of ones. It would have looked like I was going to a strip club.
I was going to say you work in the club. I was like, have you been working?
Yes. No, those wad of ones, you ask me for $1 on the street, you get $1 on the street. That's New York for you.
Okay. It sounds like more you than New York, but go ahead.
But if you have a saxophone, you have crazy glasses on, you're walking down the A train, you get $1.
Saxophone and crazy
You know that guy.
I love it. That sounds very like bar mitzvah entertainer. Saxophone and crazy glasses.
You get carried in a chair down the C train, you get $1 from me. So,
yes,
we don't have $1 for him. Then he asked for food. If we don't have $1, we certainly don't have food on us. But we only live like 5 minutes away from this. So as we're approaching our house, I'm like, oh, you know what? Why don't I put together a care package and just run it back to him?
Care package is very dramatic. You're making it sound a little more fancy. You were like, let's get some. He's like, I got some food I can give him. That's the phrase we use. Care package is like a little too much.
Box of cereal, Pop-Tarts, granola bars, banana, orange, apple, chocolate chip cookie, bottled water. What do you call that?
I call that a nice snack pack. Put together a snack pack. And then you went. So here's the thing. So I had to do something where like I couldn't go back with him. It was basically like, I got to be at house.
You were on a show.
And then Andy was like, okay, I'm going to go drop it off. I'll be back. Fine. Honey, I'm like waiting to go on. I do my set. It's been 37 minutes. And I was like, intro. I was like, Andy, did you like make a down payment on an apartment? Have you guys run off together? Like I was very convinced he had made a life with this man. And so I call and I'm just like, hey, and he's like, oh, I'm coming back. He's like, I'll tell you. And so basically Andy had spent like 30 minutes chatting with the guy. Like he was just having a chit chat.
I felt so. Here's the thing, and I don't know. It's the same thing at like parties. I was actually thinking about this earlier today, where I'm like, I don't really miss parties. I was pouring myself a soda.
Ooh, okay, paint a picture. Thank you.
I don't really miss parties, but I miss going to parties with like open bars and the click of the soda. Just in that moment, it was very Proustian. I just was transported back, and then, but also. Interestingly enough, transporting back, I also I was emotionally feeling like the awkwardness of a party.
Yeah.
Of like having to like look around for like people that I know. And so, Diet Coke. No, actually, it's terrible. What am I saying?
What you're saying is you don't know how to get out.
I don't know how to get out of conversations.
Thank you. That is he does not know how to get out of conversations.
Not one. I practiced the last party before the pandemic. I practiced because Naomi taught me, just say you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, this is not rocket science. It's a social contract. None of us want to be talking to each other. Especially like when you're at a party and when you hit that low beat, you're like, I gotta go pee. Oh, like who cares? Like literally, that person is thanking you in their soul. They are very appreciative.
This man, like no one's really paying much attention to him on the sidewalk. It's also like a residential area, so there's not a lot of people walking past. And so I give him the food and I go, hey, enjoy it. I hope you like this stuff. And then he starts talking to me and I feel bad because
you don't want to be like,
I don't want to
rude.
be. Yeah, I don't want to be a jerk. Also, no one's talking to him. I'm sure he like misses like that kind of like just like, hey, who won? Who's nominated for a Golden Globe? Like that kind of like basic.
We all want to talk about that. We all want to talk about how Nicole was robbed.
The snubs, the flubs.
But here's the kicker though. What you told me when you came home.
Well, okay, so we're talking at some point. Well, okay, the first thing he goes is like. Oh, thanks for this. Who was that you were with? Your roommate?
Can you tell me why this homeless man could not fathom that we were lovers? Why? I know he has seen the worst of humanity. I know he's seen things I can't comprehend. And yet he couldn't comprehend interracial love. I was livid. And then I'm sorry, I took your story from you. Tell him what he said after.
Well, even at some point he uses the word Jew and not like more like Jewish space lasers Jew and not like the Jewish New Year or something like that. Not a friendly adjective as a way to like. So I used to work for this Jew. Not a friendly way of saying. Right. I still don't know how to get out of this conversation. Still, I had to. So,
but when he says. When you were like, is that your roommate? And you said,
no, that's my wife.
And then,
that part of it. Yes. And then he's like, oh, I used to have a black girlfriend.
And tell him, what did he say about her?
So what's this guy's voice? So we dated for like a year and she always wanted me to do new stuff. And I was not like, that's not my gig. I ain't doing new stuff. I do my thing.
And first of all, like, yes, that's what black girlfriends do. Okay. We're going to get you into new things. All right. That is what your black lover is for. Shaking things up. And the fact that he was very unwilling, I was like, that's why your relationship didn't work because you were not willing to make a change.
Yes.
You have got to be flexible, amenable.
That and the way he used the word Jew.
That too, I think would be a deal breaker with a black woman. I think that would be a deal breaker with a black woman. Absolutely. So, the point is we are hoping he becomes a third in our relationship. He could really expand his mind, also make a new friend in choir. It would be nice.
Teach him about anti-Semitism.
Honey, you got each one teach one. Each one teach one, and you gotta start somewhere. Except when Andy told me, he said that when he was like, was that your roommate? I was like, you should have taken back the cereal. If you cannot fathom our love, you should not get Trader Joe's vanilla and almond, just the clusters.
That's good stuff.
That's the good shit. Okay, that's the good shit in TJ's. That is my preferred cereal. I do buy 8 boxes at a time, which is why I felt it made sense to give one away. You know what I mean? When you buy 8 boxes. Okay, that's our time.
Good evening. I'm Margaret Thatcher, and I'm here to give you advice on love. Many of you might be skeptical about the Iron Lady giving relationship advice, but I was married for 52 years, thus making me a great authority on the subject. One has to approach romantic relationships as if it were the economy. First, you have to instill low inflation of the ego. Cut your partner down with a mean look or a cunning word whenever the opportunity arises. Remind them constantly of the grievances they've made not only to you, but against their country. Second, do not let your partner unionize with their friends. Do not allow any fraternization outside the home, and they must show the strictest loyalty only to you. Third, maintain a tight control over the money supply. Show them who's boss by paying for all expenses. Keep a secret bank account just for yourself, and do not allow them to earn any money for themselves. Lastly, privatization of the genitalia. Transfer the penile member from public to private control. No more looky-loos at other ladies or on the internet on those filthy websites I've heard my grandchildren snicker about. And if them penile member ever gets erect without your presence, you must strike it down swiftly and with vigor as punishment. Once you follow all of these steps, then you just wait for the love to trickle down. Now I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes. To wear your heart on your sleeve isn't a very good plan. You should wear it inside, where it functions best. Plus, these hoes ain't loyal. Good night.
Man, this Michael Jordan documentary is whack. We're like 45 minutes in and I still don't know how he behaved on the set of Space Jam.
Wait, I thought this was a Kobe tribute. Remember that time when you got in that fight with the street artist on Melrose?
Yeah, he made Kobe look straight up Chinese.
Oh, hey there, home audience. You look cozy. How about a kiss for the COVID kiss cam?
Oh, hell yes.
Come over here, baby.
Easy now, folks. Greg, can we cut on the number 4 cam? Greg, cut number 4. We're gonna get sued.
Wait, how are we able to watch this? We don't even have real TV.
I wanted to surprise you guys. Thanks, man. I'm moving now.
like lifting a cloud. But I was lifting with my back. One move was all it took. Now it's much too late for me. My spine is all crooked. Oh, baby, give me one more chance to make my back straight again. Won't you please let me bend with my legs? Oh, baby, I was dumb to bend so low. So low, baby. But now I'll always bend with my legs. Yes, don't hurt your back now. Get older. always so stiff. Don't hurt your back.
Ow. I said don't hurt your back. You're lifting with your legs. No, you're not. Okay, that's why.
Fembots have feelings too. You split my heart in two. Now what you gonna do? When